How's it going, guys? I'm Robert from Machado Visuals, and I want to talk about one of my must-have accessories that I always try to have with me whenever I'm on set. Aside from my meters, this tool is probably my most utilized piece of equipment, and that's a calibrated monitor. Whether it's a 17-inch production monitor or a 5-inch onboard monitor, seeing something that's properly calibrated is an absolute must for me. I'm obviously a big advocate for getting things right in camera as much as possible, and using a calibrated monitor is part of that equation. By judging color and exposure off an uncalibrated monitor, you're doing yourself a huge disservice by the time you get into post. This is more relevant more than ever now that Cinetone is available for the A7S III. As a baked-in look, it's designed to be ready straight out of the camera, and if you don't have the opportunity to color time your footage before it hits final delivery, you best hope you're monitoring with a calibrated source on the day. Now, I've been using Cinetone for a little over a year now since it was first available with the FX9, and for a lot of my corporate work, it's my go-to profile to make things easy on post. For a while, I've been using most of my cameras in a pretty bare-bones configuration for a few reasons. First, the more I progress in my career, the more I realize less is more, and second, I often rent out my equipment, and rental packages always need to go out stock. Even though you may have all the bells and whistles for your camera, if I'm renting from you, I'm going to be expecting a pretty stock build so that I know what to expect and can integrate the accessories that I want to use. Now, I've mainly been using the stock Sony viewfinder, but I've always seemed to struggle using Cinetone because the FX9 monitor is quite possibly my biggest annoyance with the camera. It looks to be about 300 to 400 degrees Kelvin cooler than what's actually being recorded. I'd often find myself capturing an interview and using Cinetone, and everything looks as usual and expected on the day, but when I get into post, the footage has a much overall warmer cast and the colors always look funky. As a general rule of thumb, you should never trust a monitor unless you know it's calibrated for a fact, no matter the brand. Even Red's nearly $3,000 Red Touch monitor isn't even calibrated. Now, really quick, I want to mention this video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community designed for creatives and is an amazing resource for people looking to further their craft. I'm a big proponent for quality information, and Skillshare has thousands of online classes that encourage genuine growth. As an industry professional, I always have a constant hunger to learn and explore new techniques to push my work forward. As I always preach, fundamentals serve as the foundation for quality work, and DP Zach Mulligan has a great course detailing cinematic style and key considerations for cinematography. No matter the topic, there are tons of other classes you might be interested in, and memberships are $10 a month, but if you're interested, the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will receive a free trial of Skillshare Premium. Once I started using a calibrated monitor again, I automatically saw better results, particularly when using Cinetone. Nowadays, monitors are releasing left and right, and I personally like using small HD monitors, running OS3 for the wide array of monitoring tools available, but lately I've been using the Ninja 5 because it's 5 inches, which is perfect for on-camera monitoring, its ability to be calibrated, and it can record camera overlays for my Patreon content. Now, you are able to calibrate the Ninja 5 using the X-Rite Pro, but to be honest, it's kind of a pain in the ass. One of my units calibrated just fine, but my other monitor took around an hour of fiddling before it decided it wanted to be calibrated. I also have noticed slight color variances between my two units. One of my monitor's panels falls smack dab within the Rec 709 gamut, while my other monitor leans slightly magenta, even post-calibration. I'm not sure if this is due to one of the panels being several years older, but it is something I've noticed. That's another reason why I really enjoy Small HD's ecosystem. With their color probe, everything is self-contained and you're able to calibrate directly from the monitor without having to plug into a computer. If you appreciate my content here on YouTube, I've recently started a Patreon to help support the channel and continue the conversation. There are a handful of exclusive perks, including full-length behind-the-scenes videos that show my process from start to finish. Hopefully this video is helpful in some way. Although I like running my camera stock, using a calibrated monitor is just something I can't get away from. Between all the Sony cameras I own, the A7S LCD screen actually looks closest to a calibrated monitor, but still not 100%. It's ironic that my most expensive camera, the FX9, has the worst color on its included monitor. The more monitors you have on set, the more important this becomes so that everyone has the same reference point and baseline image to look at, and isn't being influenced by a deceiving monitor. If you have any questions on this video, obviously feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.